Hey YouTube, Coppersan here, and welcome to the final episode of the mini-series Zero to Hero, the leveling and progression series where we're starting off on a fresh account without any characters on it, and we're trying to get as strong as possible before the Destiny update is released mid-June. And man, what a journey it has been. This was super fun to do. We started out 39 days ago in the Reboot server with no characters, no mesos, no reward points, no nothing, as we set out to get 15,000 main stats and get as strong as possible while doing everything by ourselves. The final stat hurdle was actually pretty easy to overcome, with a few more dailies and cubes, easily pushing our character over our targeted goal. I even got the Xenon Link skill for not a small stat buff. Completing your dailies is super important actually. About 1/3 of our stats is coming from those blasted dailies, so make sure to always do your dailies like your life depends on it. Getting closer to 15k stats, the weekly bossing life is definitely getting a lot easier. Ice Lightning Mages have some decent burst. I did run into some bossing issues with this character though. Even with the outlines on and lower skill transparency, it sometimes is still really hard to see what exactly is going on. Also, teleporting to dodge attacks isn't always the best, but I could get used to it. I think I might actually use one of my Terra Burners to burn a Fire Poison Mage and use that as a bossing mule when the Destiny update is released in like 10 days from now. Also, we got super lucky during our weekly bossing and actually found a Kana ring from Princess No. Now we can finally get rid of that NLC ring that we have been using for like ages. I tried ranking up this ring with occult cubes before we use any cash cubes on it, but like 40 occult cubes later and still no rank up or even inlines. So I bought some black cubes and just wanted to wing it. Sometimes luck does work in mysterious ways though, and this account has been both blessed and cursed with the ability to hit all those really low % chances. Like we boomed 2 items in a row going from 12 to 13 stars, and now we use what, 3 cubes to rank up this ring all the way from rare to legendary. It's not even double miracle time or anything like that, that's just normal luck, you know, just this account I guess. Also completing more dailies, and together with our new ring, we easily breached 15,000 stats, but we're not done yet. I recubed my ring to 12% int, and I recubed my earrings to give me some additional stats and item drop rate instead of meso. I just wanted to go for stats just for fun, but hey, item drop rate plus stats, yeah, I'll go for that. I threw the 2 remaining red cubes on my shoes, and of course those ranked it up as well. Honestly, at this point, I just started to accept that everything we touch just ranks up. It's just how it is. I got 12 more red cubes to roll for some battle lines and managed to rank it up again on the first cube of course. And we rolled 12% int. I'm not sure what it is with this account, it's so crazy. We've been really lucky. But then I made the mistake to start cubing my gloves. Using up all our luck already on the shoes and the ring, the gloves did not want to rank up and refused to roll any decent inlines. So I got a bit more mesos and tried again and again and again and again. I even managed to get some auto steal lines, but in the end I rolled 6% int on them and I'm just keeping those because those cursed gloves just don't want to get any better. Before we go over our final gear stats and whatnot, I also want to point out there are a few things that I didn't do in this series that I would still recommend everyone to do. I took it pretty easy with my progression, and while I went hard in the first few episodes to make sure to make use of all those different game features, there still are a few things that I could have used to get even more meso and gear. The first one, which is also very important, especially in Reboot, is crafting. Crafting is amazing for not only leveling faster by getting some EXP potions, but also for getting more mesos. With crafting you can create EXP potions and more importantly wealth acquisition potions. Those will help you get even more mesos when you're grinding out those levels. Completing content like the Mushroom Shrine unlocks the Threads of Fate, which in turn can be used to get a lot of crafting materials needed for those potions. This isn't something that you must get or anything like that, like I reached 15k stats just fine without doing this, but if you plan to play this game a little bit longer, I can highly recommend getting those wealth acquisition potions and leveling up your crafting. The recipes for those potions can be found from daily and weekly bosses. I also didn't bother too much with Gollux. Getting accessories from this boss is a lot of work, and I knew that I wasn't going to play long enough to get enough coins to eventually actually purchase one of them. But if you do plan on playing long term, defeating daily Gollux, even if it's just hard Gollux and not Hellux, is a must. And the final thing that I skipped was Commercy. Commercy can be used to get late game accessories, which similar to Gollux require a bit more work, but you can also get gear from the Voyages here from the PQs that you can use instead of the Penciler set. I went for the Penciler set because they are very easy to get and they were good enough to get me where I needed to go with my stats. But getting other gear like the Commercy set or the Necromancer set from Hilla or the Von Leeuwen set would have worked just fine. The Necromancer and Von Leeuwen set can get really high flame stats, those bonus stats, but I just wasn't lucky enough to actually get anything that was worth keeping, so I just kept using the penciler gear. Another thing that I get asked a lot that I want to clarify is what people should prioritize when upgrading their gear. Star Force, cubing or bonus stats. The way I usually approach this is that I prefer to cube first. then Star Force, and then worry about optimizing bonus stats. Cubing a Reboot is very easy, and even if you aren't lucky, you can easily farm more mesos and just keep trying. I usually get my gear to 12 stars and then wait for Star Force events. Getting those stars without those Sunny Sunday discounts or those 5, 10, 15 events will be a lot more expensive. At this point, you only go for 17 stars unless I have like a ton of mesos and spares to burn in case stuff blows up. I do reset my flames with the free flames that I got from events and boss monsters until I got something that was relatively decent. Usually either a high int and magic attack number in combination with all stats percentage, but optimizing this I usually only find worth once my gear actually has decent potential and decent stars, and then I start worrying about that. Another question that pops up a lot is how I get my mesos. I usually get a couple of millions from my daily boss runs, a lot of mesos from the weekly boss runs, and Maple Tour is good for almost 300 million mesos a week in Maple Global, at least in the Reboot server. Ursus gives me about 90 million mesos per day as well. When I'm grinding, my few meso lines will help me get more mesos, well, just from monsters, and that also goes for the familiars that I use when grinding. And whenever I was actually leveling up, I was also using the meso drop coupons from Legion just to get another small boost. To round up this series, I also completed Act 4 of the Heroes of MapleStory blockbuster, so we could go and try and fight Damian. I did not complete Black Haven to fight Lotus, because Black Haven, completing that again would take me like a year and 10 years of my life, I feel like. Damian was still a little bit too much for this character. We definitely need more IED and damage from Legion and Link skills to stand a better chance to solo this boss. Perhaps after Destiny this actually would be possible, but not for now. So let's go over all the gear, link skills, stats, and all the good stuff that we have for one more time. One more final last time. We surely came a long way within those 39 days. Dailies are again super important for growing your characters, so don't forget about those. They make up 1/3 of our stats. I also got way too many items to a high potential rank, but hey, more stats never hurt anyone. When progressing in MapleStory, always try to estimate how long it takes for you to actually get new gear to replace your old stuff. If you're getting carried and you can get Absolab gear pretty fast, there is no reason to go as hard on the cubes as I did, but since I'm doing a solo progression, we need the additional upgrades to get strong enough to take down the big baddies by ourselves. Also, as you can see, you don't need to go super hard on Legion or Link skills if there are events active that provide boosts, like this one that's currently active at the time of this video. Events like this help you to focus on your main, while you can use those level up potion rewards for your Legion to speed up that as well. Link skills are definitely more important than Legion as well early on, by the way. And while I'll show you some more stats and gear, I just want to say that I hope everyone enjoyed this series. I surely had a ton of fun. We can do this again maybe during some dry months with no big updates. But now I'm getting ready for the Destiny update, which I'll be getting early access to next week. So stay tuned for a lot more videos and Twitch streams coming your way. I'll be getting early access to Destiny on Tuesday. And that was all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this series. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I hope you learned something new. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, many thanks to our members for making series like this possible. Thanks to Niels de Konik, Rama Waar, Sebastian Hanoi, Riley As, Terry Kim, Verice, Cody Mora, Wiley, History Cannon, Backspace OTI, Safroix, Anwar NHI, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Froggy, Vira, Trevor, Michael Machaka, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord _MS, CMAC, Striker Elk, Tidal 1 Pan, Victor Sunstrom, Radical Jaws, Riser Are Gummy Bullet, Lovebird, Certito655, Matthias Simonson, Mr. Anarch, Galando Belavia, my name is Coppersan and I'm super cute XOXO, PC Game Life, Dante Victory, Stanislaus Sumo Vegas, level 243, Paladin Reboot, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, I'm Disappointed, Lucky Beats, Gabriel Eck, Pedro Benetti, Conrad Costales, Ace Light and Ben Wolf. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!